Yes, good morning students. Welcome back to the virtual class. In today's class, we are discussing about the quartile deviation under continuous series. See, to work out the sums under continuous series, we have to follow some three important steps. Okay, the first one is converting the sample frequency into cumulative frequency, that is whatever the normal frequency they have given in the sum, that has to be converted into the cumulative frequency. That is the first step. Then second step is determining the quartile class. So here we have to determine the quartile class. How to determine quartile classes? N by 4 we are using to find out the lower quartile, that is Q1. Okay, and 3n by 4 in case of upper quartile, that is Q3. So first we are identifying the cumulative, then we're going to find out the quartile class, and thirdly we're going to apply the formula. So we have the formula to calculate Q1 and Q3 values. So for calculating quartile deviation as well as coefficient of quartile deviation, the formula is same for all the three methods, all the three series. Okay, so only to calculate the value of Q1 and Q3, the formula will changes. So here the formula is L1, that is lower class limit. See, lower limit of the quartile class. L1 stands for lower limit of the quartile class. So n by 4 minus cumulative frequency divided by frequency into C. So here cumulative frequency means cumulative frequency of the class preceding the quartile class. So whatever the quartile class we are getting, preceding term has to be taken as a cumulative frequency. And F is the sample, that is the normal frequency of the quartile class, and C is the size of class interval. Okay. So this is the step we have to follow to solve the sum under continuous series. Okay. So we'll take up the sum. So look at the question. Calculate the quartile deviation and its coefficient of quartile deviation for the following data. Age they have given 20 to 25, 25 to 30, up to 40 to 45. And number of persons they have given 70, 80, 180, 150, 20. So here the first step is what? We have to calculate the cumulative frequency. So whatever the information they have given, you write it as it is. This is variables, frequency and cumulative frequency. So age, number of persons is nothing but the frequency, and this is cumulative frequency. Okay, so age you write as it is 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45. And frequency 70, 80, 180, 150, 20. So we have to find the cumulative frequency here. So it is 70 plus 80. I'm showing the step here. Later I'll do it directly. 150. Again 150 plus 160 you have to do. So you will get 330. Sorry, 150, 180. So 330 you will get. Then 480. Then 500. So here total of n is 500. So n stands for total of frequency under continuous series also. See, after the first step, that is after calculating the cumulative frequency, second step is we have to determine the quartile class. So how to determine quartile class for quartile class for first one, that is Q1. Q1, the formula is n by 4. So n is the total of frequency. We got it as 500. 500 by 4 is, you will get 125. Right. So 125th item. See, this number has to be seen in the cumulative frequency. So 125 lies in 150, right? So that our quartile class will be, see, I'm marking this one. So this is Q1. Okay, so Q1. So for the Q1, lower limit will be 25. Okay, frequency, the normal frequency we have to take whatever we got, that is 80 you will get. And when it comes to cumulative frequency, cumulative frequency, how we have to take? We have to take the preceding one. That means this is the frequency for for the class interval, and preceding cumulative frequency we have to be taken, that one here under cumulative frequency we have to consider. So this is the cumulative frequency for the Q1. So 70 is the cumulative frequency. Okay, then after this we have to find the value of Q3 also. Q3 is 3n by 4. Okay, that is 3 into 500 by 4. So you will get 3 into 125. So 3 into 125 is 375. So 375 lies in 480, right? So lies in 480. So this is our Q3. Okay, third quartile. So frequency is 150 and cumulative frequency is preceding of this. This is 330. Okay, so L1 is equal to the lower limit of this class is 35. F is 150 and cumulative frequency is 330. Okay, this value has to be determined first. Later this has to be substituted in the formula. Okay, so next is substituting these values in the formula. You know the formula is, right? So formula is, for calculating Q1, it is L1 n by 4 minus cumulative frequency divided by frequency into C. Okay, so here, so how much L value we got for this Q1? That is 25 we got. Okay, so n is 500 by 4, cumulative frequency is 70 divided by 80 into C. C is the class differences between this. See, 25 minus 30. How much we will get? The differences between these two terms is 5. So that is our class interval. Okay. So simplify this. You will get 25. 125 minus 70 by 80 into 5. So 25 into 175. So 125 minus 70, you will get, see, I'll write the answer directly. Okay. Yeah. So 125 minus 70, you will get 55. So 55 by 80 into 5. So 25. So 55 by 80 is, you will get 0.6875 into 5 you have to do. So you will get, see, this is, here you have a plus sign. Sorry, I have forgotten this. Add it. Okay. So 25 plus 0.6875 into 5 is, you will get 3.4375. So Q1 is, we will get into, sorry, plus 25, it is 28.4375. okay. So similarly you have to find the Q3 value. Okay, so Q3 value, the formula is Q3 is equal to L1 plus 3n by 4 minus cumulative frequency divided by frequency into C. Okay, so L1 value for the Q3, that is cumulative frequency, we have 35 plus 3 into, see, I am writing 375 directly. Okay, we have did the process here, so write it directly. Okay, minus cumulative frequency, we will get 330 divided by normal frequency is 150. Okay, into 5. Okay, so 35 plus 375 minus 330, you will get 45 by 150 into 5. So 45 divided by 150 will get 0.3. 0.3 into 5 will get 1.5. So 35 plus 1.5 is 36.5. So here this is the Q3 value and this is the Q1 value. Okay, 28.4375 and Q3 value will get 36.5. So after this, you know how to calculate quartile deviation as well as coefficient of quartile deviation. So the formula to calculate quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. So Q3 is, you all know, it is 36.5 minus Q1 is 28.4375 divided by 2. So you will get it as 8.063 divided by 2, that is 4.03. So 4.03 is your quartile deviation. So coefficient of quartile deviation, the formula is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1, right? So Q3 is 36.5 minus 28.4375 divided by 36.5 plus 28.4375. So that is equal to 8.063 divided by 64.937. Okay, so that is equal to 0.124. This is your coefficient of quartile deviation and this is quartile deviation answers. So this is how you have to calculate the sum under continuous series. Calculation of quartile deviation under continuous series. Hope you can able to solve the sums based on the example what we have discussed today. Thank you.